Good evening, stamping friends. How are you this evening? And welcome, everybody. This is Linda's Stamping Escape, and we are here for our Technique Tuesday Live. All right, how is everybody? All right, I have to get myself a little more prepared. I see Barb is joining us tonight. She goes, woohoo, I made it. I feel the same way, Barb. Oh, we got our other Barb in here too. There is Barb Wallish. Welcome, ladies. All right. So as you know, this is my Technique Tuesday, and we meet every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. That's Central Time for anybody who may be watching the YouTube replay or catching me on my blog. Hello, Vicki. Tonight we are going to be doing something that I'm calling Simply Snowflakes. And you can see we're going to be using the wonderful snowflake from the Whimsy and Wonder Suite. That's found on page 25 of your mini catalog. So there they all are. Here is the entire suite. Hello, Dawn. You guys will remember this suite from last week, I believe. Let me grab this. When we did our Pinwheel Tower cards. So there they are. I was going to do a little bit more with these tonight, but I decided to do something a little bit different. I love these cards, and there's so much you can do with them. And it's awesome that they lay flat. And if I didn't tell you last week, I should have told you, you can make your tower with designer paper, which is really cool because then you'll get the pattern on the inside as well. So, but tonight we are working with the wonderful snowflakes. So, and it's going to be like stamping on a budget, but trust me, I did not leave out a technique. And hi, Kathy. Speaking of techniques, right there we go. I have my stamp clubs forming. Actually, they will be starting the third week in September. So I'm trying to get everybody signed up now. And I don't know. My mind must be blown from being at backstage all weekend, and they just shoved so much information in my head that I was having trouble getting my dates, not the date, but the days. It is not Wednesday nights, it is Thursday nights, and it is not Sunday mornings, it is Saturday. I do not host events on Sundays very rarely, except we gather Sunday mornings when we do retreats because we all have to, you know, get some coffee and hug each other goodbye, but other than that. So if you are interested in retreats, not retreats, but in the stamp clubs, just type in the comments what night you're coming. Will you be coming on Thursday nights, or will you be joining us on Saturday mornings? So let me know. We only meet once a month. Our focus this year is techniques. Even though I'm still going to be doing this every Tuesday, you are going to be doing techniques, and you're going to be learning hands-on. Plus, you'll get to play with all the product yourself. So it's a lot more fun. All right, we got Dawn in for Saturday, and I know Beth said she could come either day, so wherever we need to fill, she said she would go in. and Barb said she was going in on Thursday nights. So we got some people signing up already, so put your names in there if you want to join us. And again, we only meet once a month. And if you do not live in the area and can't come to the face-to-face meeting, each one of my classes will have a PDF. So that is full instructions of the card with photos. Plus you will get a packet that includes everything pre-cut for you and ready to go, and your envelopes. And then I have a private Facebook group for my stamp clubs. So clubs can go in there and they can see other samples and videos of the projects that we make that month. So a lot to do. Kathy's coming on Thursday too. All right, ladies. So we will move this aside and we were going to get started. Again, we are using the wonderful snowflakes. There are 24 of these iridescent snowflakes in each package, which means I'm going to do this here. Look, girls, I finally found my calculator. We were laughing because I had a class the other night and I had no order forms out and no calculator, not prepared. See what happens when you are off of the regular stuff for almost 2 years. So $6 is all it costs for those 24 snowflakes. So the snowflakes are only $0.25 a piece. So keep that in mind as I go through some of this with you, because I'm going to show you how you can make these cards for under $1 a piece. Probably under 75 cents and a little bit closer to 50. So we are going to start our first one here. I am looking for my scrap paper. And I set it right here. So we're going to do this. All right. We'll keep our little snowflakes handy right there. And we are going to start our first one with a half sheet of Bermuda Bay and a 1/4 sheet, trimmed of course, to 4 inches by 5 1/4 of the basic white. So we are going to take one of our little snowflakes here. All right. And we are going to grab our blending brush right up here. And again, Bermuda Bay. So I'm going to set this aside because I don't want to get that dirty. My uplines group wasn't called Inky Fingers for nothing, right? So there we go. We're going to dab in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to find 2 of the longer ones and hold that down. And then we're going to swirl. I said hold it down, Linda. Swirl in the center, and then we're just going to push out. And what this creates is a really neat starlight looking effect. Kind of like it really is going to shimmer out there. All right, and speaking of shimmer, even with this ink, you can still see the shimmer under there. So now I want to move this just a little. And I'm going to move the whole paper so I don't move my fingers until I need to. There we go. We'll grab 2 more sides. Go in that center again, because I just want to get that started, and then we're going to push out. If you're really careful, you can swirl all the way around it. But I have found that no matter how hard I hold on to these things, I'm always getting some ink underneath. And I really like this effect of the ink being pushed off that snowflake. So let me turn this back and see how that looks. Don't want to let go of that yet. Oh yeah, that's looking good. A little bit, I don't even know if we need much darker in the center. So we're just going to push out a few more. Ooh, that's pretty. All right, and now You see it moved on me, but I'm going to pick this up with my Take Your Pick tool because that little putty tip's going to pick that up real nice for me. Now, isn't that gorgeous? All right. This is a must-have in your toolbox. Let me just say that. That Take Your Pick tool, it picks everything up. And you'll be watching me use this piece very soon because I'm going to be doing a nice demonstration on our new pastels. Hello, Cheryl. Glad you could join us. Since I'm taking the iridescent off of there, I am going to add some Stella because we all like to sparkle, don't we? So we're going to add this. Now you got to be a little careful because the Stella will actually reactivate your ink and you could be pulling a lot of color in there. So if you notice you're getting color, just kind of wipe that off, and then I like to go down the center and then down the sides. And you'll see a little bit of color going in there, but if it gets too much, I like to clean that off. Go around. And I should have had one pre-done already, so you didn't have to sit here and watch me color the whole snowflake in with Stella. But then again, you'll notice how fast it goes, right? We all love Stella. We used to have a Stella stamper. It was a stamp set for those of you who have been around for quite a while. And one year for convention, one of our fellow demonstrators dressed up as Stella. It was amazing. It was amazing. We get crazy. And word has it, coming off of the leadership event, that Stampin' Up! Is going to begin going back into face-to-face events again. I am really excited. All right. There we go. I'm going to pull this up a little bit closer. Barb says she loves her Take Your Pick tool. I know, it's amazing. So I hope you can see that sparkle. Can you see it? So pretty. And the Stella adds just that little bit of extra. And then we're going to add our greeting. Now, I picked my greeting from the Tidings and Trimmings. This is the one with the cute little stockings. Oh, let me grab this. Look at, I got all my stuff right here. And that comes from this suite. So this is one of the cards we did last week too. Light color there just to make sure you could write. Whoops. Can't even hang on to it. There we go. Here's one that has the designer paper as our tower instead of cardstock. So there we go. But that is from the Tidings and Trimmings set. You can use any stamp set that you like. Want to make sure that it's going to fit in here. Oh, messy. See, this is what happens when I don't do this. Like I try to teach everybody else. Now look at, I did it myself. Okay, no shaking. Right here. Sit on. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, now we can just fold this in half. You are going to need 2 of these 4 by 5 1/4 for your card, because you're going to put one on the inside and then the one we just did, and then you're going to have your Bermuda Bay card base, and that comes out to about 20, 25, about 50 cents. Not bad, not bad. There we go. Now I'm just figuring cost of cardstock. I'm not adding in your adhesives or your ink because a lot of this stuff you're already going to have at home anyways. But if you do this technique here, and my next card, I'm going to show you how to use this one that you've inked up. So you'll be able to get 48 cards out of this little $6 packet of snowflakes. Pretty cool, huh? All right, card number 1. Now we're going to move to this one. Now I want a little bit more color on here. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to tap on some more color. This also almost, I was trying to say, reminds me of stippling. Does anybody remember that technique? Stippling. It's when you use the brush that had kind of rough brush tips, and then you could just, oh, it was kind of a cool technique. So you're kind of getting that same effect. So now you know you can stipple with this too. Looks a little different because it's rounding the edges, but yeah. All right, so we're just gonna push this off here to dry while we get our other card set up here. Oh, ladies, would you like to embellish this? What do you say? I say we add some opal rounds to this. Now 100 of, you get 100 in this one pack here. So you get 33 for your cards, and you need 3 for each card because I was working 3s like I did in the flower shop. And it's like 23 cents. So now your card is still under 75 cents, even with the bling bling on it. Okay. So we're going to put a big, oh yeah, good idea. Look at that. Vicky said yes. Vicky always likes bling. We weren't called the Glitter Queens for nothing, were we, Vicky? That was our team name. All right. And then we're going to add one. These are amazing little guys. Let's take that and pick him right up with this. There we go. Wow. I'm going to put him just in the shadow there of that because I'm going to pull this up and see if you can see the little glitter pieces inside that really pull out the color of the Bermuda Bay. So it looks really nice. And then you got that very little bit of shimmer from your Wink Estella. I like it. Turned out good. All right, ladies, we work well together. Okay, let's move into a little bit more of layering. So we're going to get a quarter sheet of this and then a quarter sheet here. Well, a little bit less. So this is your 4 by 5 1/4. And this one will be 3 3/4 by 5. And then you'll have a quarter, no, I mean a half sheet of the basic white. Again, that's 12 cents. 12 cents for this little piece of paper here. Not bad. Okay, so now we are going to use our snowflake here with its pretty little color, and I'm going to leave that right there so that I know where to stamp my greeting. All right. Let's go over here and ink that up the way I should have inked it the last time, so now I got all that leftover ink sitting on here. And then we are going to go pretty much right. Let's move that now in the corner. So you can use the same layout. Ooh, so pretty. The same layout and everything for your card here. All right, I'm going to grab that. Take your pick, and I'm going to pick that up gently. Flip him over. I wouldn't, you could put a dimensional because they fit really nice inside of here, but I'm afraid of the struggle in getting it into the envelope. So I did not. I just used a little adhesive to hold that down. Oh, I don't want that sticking out. So I'm just going to roll that back. There we go. Pick that up. And we're going to stick this one this way. There we go. Just touch. Mine isn't quite dry enough yet, so I don't want to get all that ink all over. However, I do want to add that bling back in, but before we do that, let's layer up our card. I'm going to get that quarter sheet back on here. And a quarter sheet of your colored cardstocks, like our Bermuda Bay, is about 9 cents. So still, where are we? We're still under 50 cents right here. We'll add our low bling bling. Our back. You could layer more on the inside if you want to, and get some more colors in there. But if you're doing Christmas cards on a budget, this will help you. Or I know some people who like to make their fancy cards for their friends that they know save their Christmas cards. And because I had somebody go, well, I don't make my fancy cards for the ones I know are just going to throw them away. So we kind of feel the same way, don't we? All right. And this is an easy one for if you're just watching TV, because it's so simple and the pieces are just really easy to do. All right. We are going to add some color to our bling this time. And again, I'm still using the opal rounds because they are pretty cost effective. But if you are really looking to, minimize your costs, what I would do is go with the rhinestones, because they can also be colored just like this. All right, that sticky little guy just wants to jump. All right, this really pops out your color. And look at, don't even have to think. We're going to put our little bling right in the same spot. Oh, you're being naughty. There we go. As we did on our other card. I had a fellow demonstrator told me she always puts hers in a triangle because it draws your eye around the card, which is really true. So there, simple. Even through the ink, you can see the iridescence of that snowflake. So it's pretty clean and simple cards, a little bit of bling, and all under 70 cents for sure. All right, I have one more for you. So those of you who do not like inky fingers and you want to just make a pretty card, let's pull in the same thing. This is the same paper pack that we used in our last one. So what we're going to do here is actually stamp our greeting first. Vicki says she loves the iridescent. I do too. It is so pretty. And before I want to keep this piece of paper here so I don't forget to tell you what's in my head, but I don't want to say it yet. You know how that goes. All right, so we are going to stamp that down there. Perfect. And what that does is it gives me placement for where I am going to put my snowflake. Okay, and if you don't want to go through that, mess of the snowflake, I'm going to pick this up. I'll put my finger right there because guess what? Let me just pull this back in. I'm going to pull some color in there. I'm going to go right there. And instead of putting the color directly onto our snowflake, we'll put it behind our snowflake. There we go. You can take that as far out as you want to. It's actually kind of starting to sweep right into our greeting. So pretty. A little bit of white in there to add some extra color. This looks so cute. But I'm not done yet, because I have a thing about this ribbon. This is our glitter organdy ribbon. So I'm going to take that and cut a little piece right there. Now, my apologies, because I did not price this out, but trust me, ribbon is one of the, what's the word I'm looking for? Cost-effective embellishments. How do I do that? There you go. Don't get slippery on there, buddy. I want to make sure I'm putting this in the right spot, because I want to do something a little bit different than just making a regular bow. I'm going to keep that right in the center there. All right, flip it. And that's why I put my adhesive down first, so I could figure out where I wanted to put my ribbon. Now I got that holding down nice and tight. Let's check our snowflake. Yep, that looks good. And if you want, you could turn it this way, either way. Does that give us a little more room? Yep, you know what? I think I'm going to put it that way. I'm going to be very careful right now because I do have that adhesive on the back. So I am going to put an extra little bit by my ribbon here, because ribbons like to push away from the adhesive. And I'll tell you a little hint about this. Actually, I'm using the Super Seal Plus. It's really nice because it breaks off easy because it's perforated. But don't push hard on that, because it is so strong, it wants to pull the paper up. So if you're someone who pushes hard on your adhesive containers, you're going to find yourself pulling up the cardstock. So you don't need to push hard, which is good. Good. All right, let's get this there. And I'm going to do, because I'm not real sure, if I don't use it here, I'll use it somewhere else. But I just wanted to see how pretty this would be, because the glitter on this ribbon is iridescent like the snowflakes. That's exactly what I'm going for. So I'm actually going to put my bow on the top of my snowflake. And I need my take your pick tool, because we're going to use a glue dot right under here. I want to hold my ribbon down because I don't want it pushing that snowflake around. And then I'm going to grab two of these to put on my snowflake. There we go. We're going to go this way because I like the way that lines up with that ribbon. There we go. I'm going to give that a little push there. And one more of the glue dots. Give that little twist. Put that on there. And then this is going to go right on top. If my glue dot would hold still. It wants to be the boss. Okay. He's naughty. He's a naughty glue dot. All right, we're going directly on this time. There we go. Push him down where I want him to be. There we go. And now get that on there. I'm going to give that just a little twist so you can see that it's actually two little pieces there. All right, let's finish this up. We'll finish up our card. There we go. Now, if you wanted to, you could pop this one up if you're someone who likes dimension. And then that would give it a little more dimension. You got some here with your little bow. Oh, it's so cute. So let me bring this up so you can see that even closer. Very simple. Simple cards, easy. This was designed for those of us who wait till the last minute to make our Christmas cards. All right, and let's bring our other cards back in here. There's our second one. And here's our first one. It's so pretty. I mean, they're all very different, but all the same layout. The only thing we did here is changed out the ribbon for the bling there. And here is what I wanted to show you. Do not, this is my Stampin' tip for the day. Do not throw this away, because I think you should stamp on this. We're going to get a little cut here. A little cut here. And if you want it to be real fancy, you could die cut it. But I think with these snowflake edges, if you're going to use the snowflake, and I'm just going to cut this round to round there, see? I think this would look really cool with a snowflake and our deer set. It kind of reminds me of little antlers, but see how cute that would be? And not all that fussy cutting. I just trimmed out that little pieces right there. And then, I don't know, do I have a greeting that will fit in here? Oh, sure we do. We have all sorts of greetings. Let's bring this back in. Turn it this way so I don't get all that ink all over. Oh, I still did. It's been a Monday today, just so you know. All right, this is going to be a little slick, I'm thinking. So we're going to go down, woo, and straight up. You could even emboss that, because you know what? It's not going to dry real fast. So once you get your ink on nice and even, just dip it in clear embossing powder, and that will hold that really nice. And then it could be used on here, but I'm thinking, I like this design, and for some reason I was thinking the deer. So that's just a little Stampin' tip for you. So before you ladies head off for the evening, I have, they're discontinued, but how perfect are these little adhesive backed snowflakes for our drawing tonight. So cross your fingers. Let me move this out of the way, and I'll get my thing back out of here. Vicki says she loves them all. Thank you, ladies. I am glad you are enjoying this. It's a little bit different technique than what we do straight up techniques, but I thought I would bring that blending brush back in and show you how simple you could use, and with our snowflakes. That was the driving force. Oh, uh-oh. Okay, hang on, technical error here. So I bounced out of that, but I have to tell you, this thing that I used to do this wheel of names, holds the names in there until I switch them out. Whew, right? I wanted to click full screen, not exit. So, come on. There we go. All right. So 3, 2, 1. Good luck, ladies. Who gets the snowflakes? Barb Wallish. Ooh, we almost had it like last week. Those two were right there. So, and speaking of you ladies, those of you who came to the what is it? My festive class. Merriest, I'll show you. This one, this class. Your stuff arrived this evening. So I will be packing that up. So anytime tomorrow afternoon, give me a jingle and set up a time to come pick it up. It's ready for you. It will be tomorrow. So thanks again for joining me tonight for my snowflakes. I appreciate you hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed. If you like it, don't be afraid to share it or, give it a thumbs up. And you will also see tomorrow I will have the cards, plus I will have the list of ingredients that you need. So until then, have a wonderful evening and thank you for joining me. Good night.